Are we live? Looks to be so. What's going on, everybody? It's Dave Landrum, man, and I'm just doing a little live video because I'm kind of disgusted at the way things are going in America, number one, and especially the state of Black America. And it seems to me like the more things have changed, the more they stay the same. I find myself reading old texts by W.E.B. Du Bois, and the same things that he was saying then, back around the time of Reconstruction, the same things that brother was speaking on are the same things that's going on now. And it's gotten worse. And it's really not going to get no better if we're not going to do anything different. And it hurts my heart to see our people, our black people, in a state of just disarray. And we don't have nobody to blame but ourselves. Like, I get it. The civil rights era, the government wore us out. They took out Dr. King. They took out Medgar Evers. They took out Marcus Garvey. I get it. They took out Fred Hampton, the Black Panthers. Anybody who was of threat to the United States government and the status quo who was black got eliminated. I get it. They wore us out. I get their systematic white supremacy. I get that we don't put the drugs and guns in the community. I get it's not our fault that we're miseducated. I get they played a trick on us. But it's not going to get no better, man. People have fought and died for your right to be free, and you continue to choose to act like a jackass. Hey, what's going on, Bryson? What's up, man? Like, people have given their lives, done the research, put it in a format in which we can understand it, and they left that for us, and we choose not to use the information given to us by our ancestors, which is exactly the reason why things are happening the way they're happening right now. I still believe that the revolution will not be televised. Rest in peace to the ancestor Gil Scott-Heron. But the telltale signs is on the TV. First of all, America in and of itself is going to hell in a handbasket. White people are fighting amongst each other. They're imploding, but at the same time, black folk is still getting lit up by the system, and we don't have nobody to blame but ourselves. We don't patronize each other. We don't support each other. We don't invest in one another. Like, it's a book my homegirl, Rebecca Quarles, just got finished publishing. It's called Running Away from God. And this is my best friend, and I bought 2 of them joints. Not just because she's my best friend, but because she's a black author, and I know she worked hard on her craft. She's an MC. She might not rap, but she got the pen game. She worked hard on her craft. And you Negroes want to ask for a discount, and the book is $20. You can't even buy a book for $20, my nigga. $20. Come on, man. And you getting 2 series. So basically, you getting like 2 books in one segment, in one low price. So basically, that's like $10 a book. And if that's too high for you, you can get the Kindle at $7, bro. On Amazon. I bought 2 of them joints. This what I'm wearing right here. This was made in West Africa. I live for my people, man. I die for my people. But y'all make me sick. Why are we continuing to act so dumb, so naive, like we don't know what's going on out here, and they have been pulling the same trick on us since they brought us over here. Well, technically, not everybody was brought over here. A lot of us was already here. That's what they don't tell you. There was Africans over here already. Christopher Columbus said in his diaries that he's seen the same people here that he's seen in Africa. Meaning, we were already here civilized, along with the so-called Native Americans. Okay, Thomas Jefferson describes the Seminoles basically being a tribe of black Indians. Coarse, kinky hair, wide nose, thick lip. They have been lying to us for the past like 450 years, going on 500. And we continue to act the way we act, and then wonder why we don't get anywhere. Everybody is not to be trusted. Like, we at the point now where it's time to either fish or cut bait, as my father said. If your friends, your family, people who you associate with, if they are not for the empowerment of African people, at least in America, should be globally, but if you are not for the empowerment of your African people and you come from an African descendant, then you need to kind of distance yourself from those people. I'm not saying you can't have a tea with them. I'm not saying you can't enjoy their company once in a while, but are those the people who are going to invest in your business, invest in your vision of you trying to use your platform to help the community, like Colin Kaepernick, LeBron James? Come on, man. We see these guys out here. Marshawn Lynch. People are doing it, but we not solidified because we not supporting one another. We don't shop with one another. The power is, was, and has always been in the money. Black people spend $1.3 trillion every year on BS. Jordans, Pradas, True Religions, all the nigga trinkets. That's what they are. They are nigga trinkets. You're not buying no property. You're not trying to educate yourself. You're not trying to travel and understand, like, this is bigger than what they told you it is. Like, you can't go anywhere in the world except for maybe deep in some jungles where white supremacy does not exist. I'm here to tell you, I know that hurts your feelings, but there's nowhere you can go where white supremacy doesn't exist. I understand people gotta move for various reasons, but it's all the same system. It's all the same racism. It's not going to get no better for you until you decide to support your brothers and sisters, to educate yourself. If you're ignorant, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with being ignorant. Don't let people shame you because you don't know the definition. Ignorant is to say that you don't know. It's okay to not know. There's nothing wrong, but don't stay there. Educate yourself. Be like the ancestor Malcolm X. This brother was a thug, a drug user, a drug pusher. He was a pimp. All of the above. All of the negative stereotypes that you could possibly say about a black man, Malcolm X was, but he didn't stay that way. He decided to use his platform to help his people. Yeah, he made some mistakes along the way, but he gave his life for this so that we can be free. We really not free, and we sure don't act like it. We don't own nothing. We don't control nothing, and we just think that if we just twiddle our thumbs and look the opposite direction that this stuff is going to get better. It's not getting better. It's only getting worse. We, as black people living in America, are facing extinction. They are gentrifying our neighborhoods. They are pushing us to a place where we no longer can habitate. A lot of places they're specifically, systematically pushing black folk towards the river. They're doing it here, pushing people back towards North County, closer to the river. So eventually, they're going to buy up all the property around you or make it so you can no longer afford to live here. And then you're going to be forced to move out, and then they're going to take your building anyways. Now you have no place to stay. You can no longer afford to live anywhere, so eventually you're going to starve to death and or possibly commit suicide. Or you could just be another victim of white, justicial, racist prejudice. You could be another victim of one of these militia cats out here. And let me get on that for a minute. Hold up. I know it's the middle of the day, people. I get it. Hey, I'm off today, man. I'm chilling. But still, we are in a state of total emergency. And if you can't see it, there is something literally wrong with you. Like sucking up to Massa, the white supremacists, Donald Trump, all the rest of these cats, it's not going to help you. We have seen what Trump has done to his coons, or for his coons. Diamond and Silk, the stunt for Trump girls, they got paid. They didn't get no position, and they ain't get no money now to support Trump. He used them to his advantage. And now he's the president. He don't need stuff for Trump girls. Goodbye. Coon, Sambo, traitor. Traitor to the community. These are the people you cannot trust. Those are the people who you don't deal with. You shun from your community. Ben Carson. Ben Carson was sucking up to Trump too, and he got some little BS position. And you for real haven't even heard from Ben Carson for real since Donald Trump got elected. So basically, he's out of the picture. I understand that he is a world-renowned surgeon. Hey, that's wonderful, but he's still a coon. And you people have this coonish mindset to believe that something like the Charleston incident a week ago, something like that could go down here on the north side or the west side, the south side. You seriously don't think that that could happen? I know there was a rumor. I don't know how true it is. And I've never said that this was true. So, the thing about it is, there was a post of like the Charleston white supremacists, alt-right, whatever, with these little tiki torches. And it said they come to St. Louis and they're doing a march from Goodfellow and Natural Bridge all the way down to Grant. I reposted it. Basically stating like, hey, you need to be prepared for anything just in case something does pop off. Because it can. And it will. The signs are right in front of you. It's been a racial genocide for how long? And if they come into your neighborhood with their assault rifles, heavily armed, way more armed than you, way more trained, like these people take this seriously. They could very well do a march in the middle of the hood and you won't do nothing about it. And you can't do nothing about it. They're way more prepared than you are. Don't be so naive as to think that this cannot happen. Because it can. and it will. We've seen it. They can go wherever they want to, and the white supremacist police force will protect them. We're too busy fighting amongst each other and asking for discounts in order for us to succeed. We too busy on that BS. And I don't get it. When you gonna wake up? When is you gonna wake up? It's really, really real out here. This is not a game. People keep saying like it's a racial war coming. Well, the war started almost 500 years ago, and it hasn't been a war. It's been more of a genocide, especially as of late. We aren't supportive. We not rioting in the streets. We not going over government buildings. We not trying to do nothing but always want to complain about how black people ain't doing this, that, and the third. And you not helping. Especially when you say, well, what about black on black crime? Or, you know, we should talk about this national anthem thing, you know, because you got a family to feed. Like, yeah, nigga, I got a family to feed, but I also have a platform as to voice my opinion. And I, to be honest with you, have not sung or put my hand over my heart for any national anthem in quite a number of years, long before this came out with Colin Kaepernick, because that's what I believe in. I live and die for my African people. That is how much I believe in this. I would die for it. How many people today are willing to say that you will die for your people? That's not to say I have a suicide wish. I don't. I want to live as long as I can live. But at the same time, you have to give something in order to get something. If I build my business now, if I build my family now and do something very profound and leave something for my kids, that means my kids will have something to build on. They won't have to start at scratch. It don't matter if it's a little corner store. Eventually they could turn that corner store into a cafe. But you had to sacrifice, you had to scrimp, you had to save, you had to work long hours in order to make your dream come true. That is the type of sacrifice that we need right now that I'm not seeing. Everybody knows, everybody is so-called conscious, but you don't act like it. That's why I don't even call myself conscious. I'm enlightened, I'm not conscious. Because the conscious community is worse than those on the outside community. It ain't nothing but another religion. And half the people, not half, but I say probably about 98% of the people who call themselves conscious aren't conscious. That's just being 100% honest. To truly be conscious, and I have met several so-called conscious individuals who claim that they have built with all of these people, they have done all these things across the St. Louis metro area, but when it comes down to committing to a project that you yourself said that you wanted, and the keys were given to you, was like, hey brother, run free. Where else will you get a chance to be able to work with your community already coming into a program that is established? Keys saying, what do you want to do? It's a clean slate. And when people get the type of responsibility, they freeze up. I guess everybody can't do it. I do it on a regular basis. I don't talk about what it is that I do in my community. I don't talk about what it is that I do. I don't have to tell you what I do. I'm not out here doing this for pomp and circumstance. This ain't no dog and pony show. I really believe this, and because I believe in this, I know in my heart, in my spirit, that what I'm doing is justified. Just little stuff like picking up trash. I pick up trash on my street, in my immediate area. If I go down the alley or something, I pick up the trash, throw it in the trash can. Little stuff. And that's just me on my way over to the church where we do all of our community ministries at. I've been doing this for the past, 11 years. It was 06 when I first came over to the North City ministry. So I have been working within the community of Mark Twain for 11 years. I can do it, man. I do it all the time. Oh, damn. Battery almost dead. But look.